Hi, everyone. Welcome back to God's Whispers, a place where we take the time to pause and reflect on the word of the Lord. Today I'm going to be speaking about the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 5, verses 13 through 16. You may have heard one of the verses, "You are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world." Did you ever wonder what it meant? Our lives quietly point to God when we live with love and integrity, not by trying to stand out, but by being faithful. Jesus is speaking to ordinary people right in the middle of the Sermon of the Mount, to fishermen, to families, to workers, not religious experts. In this time, salt wasn't just a seasoning. It preserved food. It kept things from spoiling. Light, of course, meant being able to see clearly, safety, direction. So when Jesus uses these images, he's talking about grabbing faith, and faith that makes life better simply by just being there. Let's listen. Jesus said to his disciples, "You are the salt of the earth. But if salt loses its taste, with what can it be seasoned? It can no longer be good for anything, but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A city set on the mountain cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and then put it under a bushel basket. It is set on a lampstand, where it gives light to all in the house. Just so, your light must shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your heavenly Father." The salt doesn't draw attention to itself. It changes what it touches. Light just simply shines. So this reading is like an invitation to trust the small choices that matter more than we realize. The little bits of kindness, honesty, patience, mercy carry light even when nobody sees it or recognizes it. And maybe today, Jesus isn't asking us to do more, but just to simply be who we are and let God work through that. You may have heard these references of salt and light in other synoptic gospels. Matthew gives us more of an explanation, but from what I was reading, it was also written in the Gospel according to Mark. Have salt in yourselves and be at peace with one another. In the Gospel according to Luke, he says in chapter 14, salt is good, but if salt has lost its taste, where he's focusing on the imagery of faithfulness and integrity. So Jesus returns to this image of salt and light in other moments throughout the Gospels, which obviously states how important it was to him. But here in the Gospel of Matthew, it's placed right after the Beatitudes that I spoke about the other day, almost as if to say that the life he's just described naturally shines. So journal prompts that will go along with this passage would be, where do I notice quiet ways that my faith is showing up in daily life? And do I ever feel pressure to make my faith look a certain way? And then finally, what might it look like to trust that the small acts of goodness matter? I hope that this passage was encouraging to you, and if it was, please give it a like and share it with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe so you can continue to hear God's Whispers.